What's up, guys? This is Sam Talks About Games, and today I want to talk about the situation that there is with hate surrounding Tears of the Kingdom. So, since Tears of the Kingdom has come out, things have gradually gotten more divided. And especially since the release of Baldur's Gate 3, and in anticipation for the upcoming releases of Starfield and Spider-Man 2. And not so much Armored Core 6, but Armored Core 6 is a very good high budget game that has come out that may sway some people away from Tears of the Kingdom. I just want to bring things back to reality here. So Tears of the Kingdom, it came out, everybody loved it. There were some people who didn't, but it was fine because it wasn't a vocal minority. But ever since then, things have gotten more and more divided. And ever since the release of Baldur's Gate 3, people have been hating on Tears of the Kingdom a lot. Like the $70 DLC argument. And to that I have to say, it's a sequel. And, oh, why aren't the graphics much different? It released on the Switch. How could the graphics be much different? Especially with all the extra shit they're doing. I think it's a marvel that they were able to have the game look as good as it does, doing all that they were doing. See, the innovations in Tears of the Kingdom come from the gameplay, not the world. It's not the open world that's the novelty anymore. It's the Ultra Hand and the Fuse. And Fuse, I think this is very slept on, but Fuse took them so long to put together. Because you have to create icons for every possible fuse option. That's insane. That's like thousands of weapons that you could fuse. Thousands. If not more, if not tens of thousands. I really don't know the combination that you could do, but I know it's a lot. Because you get an icon even for fusing an apple to a sword. So, you literally times the number of items and things in the world by number of weapons. It has to be in the tens of thousands. They created icons for everything there. You think they had time to... And the world is already double what Breath of the Wild was. So, you think they really had time to make the world like quadruple and do a new map? No, they did these gameplay things because they were using the same map. It allowed them the opportunity to innovate in the gameplay department more than they would usually. So, there's that criticism shot down. Ultra Hand as well, I could talk about that. The physics involved seem very, very hard to develop. There's a weight distribution. There's solids, liquids. There's weight distribution while aerial. If you're too far to one side, it'll flip out of proportion. We couldn't do this really in Breath of the Wild, but this weight distribution thing is taken to a whole nother level in Tears of the Kingdom. So that's very impressive as well. And obviously, Sen is pretty cool. I mean, it probably didn't take a whole ton of development time, but it's still a really big play innovation. Recall is also mind-blowing as well. So, literally everything in there is mind-blowing. Auto build's awesome. You can save designs. It's all great. So, what's the hate for? It's a really good sequel. Probably my favorite final boss ever, like in any game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's in my top 5 or top 4. It's my second or third favorite Zelda game of all time. Yeah, I just don't get where the hate is coming from. Because they added the depths, which is crazy. The sky is fairly robust. It is a little smattered, I will give them that, but it's fairly robust. I mean, the sky is still bigger than the size Ocarina of Time map. So, um, the dungeons were better. Not perfect, but better. Um, there's just so much they did right. Like, why would you focus on the downsides of the game? It's like when Final Fantasy 16 released, and people were like, oh, it's not an RPG, it's not an RPG. Well, appreciate the game for its upsides. Final Fantasy 16, it's like top 3 or top 4 Final Fantasy game for me. So, I don't understand the hate coming for these games and why you have to put down a game to bring up another game. It just makes absolutely zero sense. And I think this is a sentiment that should stop being had. So yeah, what do I think this means for Tears of the Kingdom this December? I think it's still got the best chance to win Game of the Year. Starfield looks good, but it looks like it's going to be divided as well. Um, it looks like it's going to need some patches based on the leaks. So yeah. Spider-Man 2, it's going to be a good one. It's probably going to get nominated for Game of the Year. But it's also a sequel set in the same world. So, it's on equal footing with Zelda there. I think Zelda beats it out. Really, the competition is Baldur's Gate 3. Um, and I have a hard time believing the people at the Game Awards have played Baldur's Gate more than Zelda. So, I think Zelda's going to win this December. I think it's going to be hard for it to lose. We shall see. I mean, if Starfield comes out with a 96, a 98, something like that, I mean, I would love it. Xbox needs a W after all that's been happening. So, yeah. But yeah, I think Zelda's still going to win at the Game Awards. I think people are just being negative for no reason at all. There is criticisms to be had about the game. Oh, maybe the depths feels a little too empty. But then again, there's a counter argument. It creates an atmosphere that is unattainable in a populated overworld. So, yeah, there's a counter argument to that. Oh, the Sky Islands feel a little smattered. Okay, well, it's because of the depths, and it's because of the gameplay innovations that they had to make, that they had to sacrifice in the extra map department. And I wouldn't even say sacrifice. The map's double the size in this game. But yeah, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe for more. Yeah, that's about it. See ya.